I have a confession. I gave up being a vegan. I gave up being a vegetarian. The challenges of getting the right foods in Indonesia, the adoption of meat obsession by Indonesians, and misinformation deliberately spread caused me to change my diet. I forgot why I once wanted to be a vegan. I forgot that the agro-ranching industry is responsible for more land loss, more land and air and water pollution, more consumables not going to humans, more deforestation, more erosion, more water table contamination, more greenhouse gases, more diseases, and more suffering than most other industries. I forgot the images of cows wading in their own feces and urine at dairies because the ranchers couldn't be bothered to muck out the stables. Calves being thrown into trucks and then their mothers chasing after the trucks to be with their babies, which are later murdered. The babies, I mean. And that the cows, 2 years from babyhood until they start producing milk after being artificially inseminated. 3 years of producing milk. And then every year of those 3 years, they're impregnated, and at 9 months, the baby is taken away from them. And the cows, once they reach about 5 years of age, and they normally live 20 years, are slaughtered for burgers, which means that meat is unbalanced because the nutrition that's fed to cows is unbalanced. That means that the milk is unbalanced. And plus, when the traumatic experiences that the cows go through before and during the slaughtering raise the levels of the cortisol and other stress hormones in their bodies so that we get that imbalanced nutrition and the stress hormones in the burgers, which obviously is not good for you. Not to mention the other problems with white blood cells being in milk because of infections. The cows who have permanent holes this big carved in their sides to treat reoccurring infections because they're eating corn, not grass. And the cows are social animals that have been demonstrated to grieve the loss of what we would call loved ones. I forgot about chickens being raised to be so big they can't really walk anymore because their bodies aren't designed for the weight. Chickens being tossed up to 20 feet into trucks to be taken to slaughter, and all the other horrible things that are done, and the same problems with nutrition and stress hormones when we get the results. I forgot that cage-free can mean they're all in one big building and too large to move around until they're taken to slaughter. I forgot that free range doesn't necessarily mean that they're in a natural environment and that the environment might be barren and surrounded by barbed wire. Not to mention poop and pee. I forgot about the overuse of antibiotics that has helped to create super strains of bacteria that we cannot treat. I forgot about all the horrible diseases that originate from animals, often because of our own obsession for meat, allowing these diseases to make the jump from animals to us, such as mad cow disease, swine flu, SARS-CoV-2, smallpox, measles, bird flu, and more. The increasing levels of E. coli and other dangerous bacteria in our water supply and waterways. The massive increase in nitrates in our rivers and lakes that leads to water so dangerous that we cannot go in it because of the risk of chemical and biological damage to us. And much, much, much more. I forgot about the diseases caused by dairy and meat, diseases that are largely avoidable if we just stop eating dairy and meat, because the dairy and meat industries spend billions of dollars buying not just doctors, scientists, celebrities, social media influencers, and politicians, but brainwashing us with their lies because they'd rather pollute the world and kill us to make a profit than pivot to a better strategy that would help everyone. Why would they do that? Well, think about it. They control the healthcare industry. They control Big Pharma. So they're just going to make money off of our suffering. And I know some of you are saying, oh, you are just such a conspiracy theorist. Hello? No, this is fact. I forgot that the political landscape, which is entirely distorted through the influence of money, so that we cannot get laws and regulations that help us to be healthier, so that doctors are not taught about food and nutrition more than about a day or so's worth of class time in some countries, including the US and New Zealand. And that we are constantly being lied to that milk is good for us, that meat is essential, and that saturated fats and cholesterols aren't all bad. Yes, we do need some fat, and we do need some cholesterol, but we ate way too much, and it's not the saturated fat that we need. Not to mention that, did you know that animal fat contains trans fat in it naturally? Yay! In larger quantities than you'll find in processed oils, by the way. It was hidden from me that overconsumption of fat causes insulin resistance, which leads to prediabetes, which leads to type 1.5 and type 2 diabetes, which leads to other problems, including allergies, and so many other diseases. Kidney problems, liver problems, you name it. I forgot so much. I didn't know so much. Now, with the help of Milked and other videos and sources, I remember. I vote for healthier people, more wild areas for the plants and animals to flourish, cleaner waterways, more water and food available for us to use, fewer illnesses and food-related diseases, fewer zoonotic, animal to human, diseases, a healthier planet, and a better environment, a better climate, and better governance. Will you join me? Meat and dairy-heavy diets are not only unnecessary, they are killing us, and they are destroying the planet we rely on. Meat and dairy industries can be smart and learn from the companies that are looking for alternatives that are healthful for us, animals, plants, and the environment. There doesn't have to be a fight. Businesses need to learn to be agile and switch to something else when something better comes along, or go out of business. It's that simple. In Fonterra in New Zealand, I hope you go out of business because you clearly do not care. Please look at the Mediterranean and DASH diets, or the diet developed by Dr. Robbie Barbaro and Cyrus Kambata, PhD, that is helping people with insulin resistance and diabetes to turn their lives around, even better than the keto diet or the ADA's diet can. Look at being a vegetarian or a vegan. Just look and find out about all the wonderful natural foods out there that you can enjoy. Oranges, apples, bananas, papayas, mangoes, persimmons, grapes, and so many more. Not to mention all those vegetables. Cut out the meat and dairy, processed, especially hyper-processed junk and fat foods. Indulge in fruits and vegetables. And watch your health improve, your weight drop, your cravings disappear, and your mental health get better. Will you join me?